My name is Jim Bigham, and I've been in the Houston community since the late 80s. I came to Houston to work for Randall's Food Markets and operations, and have had a long business career here with other big companies, American Express and Citigroup. But primarily I live in the Sharpstown portion of the community. I've been fortunate for the last 4 years to be on the board and the president of the Sharpstown Civic Association. Very involved in the community with public safety issues and deed restriction enforcement, and really just working to make the community a better place. It's a great place to live. There's many opportunities here in Southwest Houston and District J, and I've just been glad to be part of it. District J stretches from the Gulfton area of Houston down 59 here into Sharpstown, and outside the Beltway and down the Beltway down to Braeburn Glen and Braeburn Valley West. The boundaries would start at 59 and Post Oak near the Loop. There's the big Sam's Club and Micro Center and that commercial corridor. And District J basically parallels 59 south. So you deal with the Richmond corridor. South of 59, you have the Gulfton, Shenandoah community. Sharpstown is the biggest piece of the puzzle. And then when you get to the Beltway, you have Westwood, the Westwood Mall and that commercial corridor, and a little bit outside the Beltway. So it's a geographically compact area, but densely populated. We're 3 times as more populated than any other square mile or square footage in the city of Houston. It's a very large 180,000 resident district. And really, I just felt, having been involved in the community as a community leader for some time, that we just needed a stronger voice on city council. A lot of different issues that we would hope to work on, from improving public safety, better economic development, or try to grow the business industry here in Southwest Houston, dealing with apartments. And we have some great apartment and multifamily operators, and we also have some tough properties, some properties that need to be addressed. So better multifamily housing, improved affordable housing, and then in addition, just better neighborhoods overall. So from the neighborhood perspective, dealing with neighborhood protection issues like abandoned homes and neighborhood protection violations, junk cars, heavy trash, those types of things. Things that the city can really make a difference in. And those are some of the things that I would work on in City Council. If you were to start with what is a concern for many residents in District J, and clearly in the commercial corridors and the apartment communities, is public safety. So folks are concerned about crime. We have implemented, now as I've been the president of the Sharpstown Civic Association the last 4 years, we've implemented a very successful public safety program. We have a partnership with our citizen residents and the Houston Police Department, but we also use a private patrol contractor to kind of fill in the gaps there between the police and the citizens. And that program has worked very, very well. We have citizens on looking out for crime and suspicious activity and those types of things, and being able to report that through our private patrol operator to HPD has been very effective. Inside the Sharpstown subdivision, now keep in mind that's 7,000 homes, almost 25,000 residents. In the last couple of years, we've cut property crimes by half, by more than half actually. So these are the kinds of models and the things that we could do outside of Sharpstown, let's say in the Gulfton community or in Braeburn Glen, Braeburn Valley West, and those types of things. So public safety is a big factor. You have to work with HPD, you have to work with the residents, and there are other things that you can do there. Economic development is a huge factor. We have a booming Chinatown corridor here at the Beltway and Bel Air. We have other portions of District J that have lagged behind. So if you look at the Sharpstown Mall, now Plaza Americas Mall at 59 and Bel Air, that particular area commercially has struggled for 15 years. And one of my big priorities would be to help extend the growth that we've seen in the Bel Air Beltway 8 corridor into the core of the district. A lot of businesses, we recently saw the Academy store move out of District J out into Fort Bend County, so we would hope to work on economic development issues and have an impact there. I mentioned on the apartment side of things, so we have over 65% of all the housing in District J is multifamily apartments, those types of habitability. And if you look at the types of complaints that the city receives, you'll find that almost the second highest number relate to these apartments. Often, they're just old. These apartments were built in the 70s, some in the 80s. The housing stock is dilapidated, and it's just time for major overhaul and repair. So, and I think there's a couple of different ways you can do that. On City Council, you could work to look for affordable housing dollars through perhaps the Tourism Affordable Housing Fund. There's also federal money and those types of things that could come in and help replace some of this housing stock. We have a very vibrant immigrant community, many people that are landing in District J and in Houston in the United States for the first time. And it's important that we have solid housing stock for those folks to live in. And it's just time to make some changes there. You know, I come to, would hope to come to City Hall as a community leader, as a neighborhood president, and having talked with my colleagues across the district in Braeburn Glen and in Gulfton and Shenandoah and the rest of District J, we all face similar issues: drainage, flooding. We have issues with neighborhood protection violations, abandoned homes, homes that perhaps the older parent passed and now the home belongs to an heir, a child, a cousin, something like that, and the home's not properly maintained. And sometimes it's hard for them to even sell the property and have an investor take it over and improve it. So those types of things, and including probably one of the biggest complaints we get are commercial operations, commercial auto dealers, commercial businesses being run from single family homes. We have a vibrant commercial corridor, and that's where those businesses should be, but not so much in the single family homes. No one wants to live next door to a car lot. Nobody wants to live next door to a mechanic shop. Those businesses should be out in the commercial corridor. So those are some of the big things that we would work on. My wife is a first-generation immigrant. She's Polish. Her mom and dad came from Poland in the 60s. Much of the family is still in Poland. So, you know, I have a special understanding of the challenges that someone new to the United States faces. What I find as I talk to people across the community is that the issues are really the same. If we have better housing stock, if we have improved public safety, one of the real challenges with public safety is the language barrier. And we have a diversity of languages spoken, and it's hard to build trust within the communities. And I think that just by being involved and by helping with the smaller issues, you build a level of trust. And we found that to be very effective in the Sharpstown community, and I think that's something we can do across the district. Being a part of the community for really 20 years, but being on the ground as a community leader, I think I have a very special view as to what the challenges are. And, you know, my background and my track record is a get it done type of guy. You know, I come from a business background. I'm not a bureaucrat. You know, I'm the guy that you call to get things fixed. And I think what would be important for the voters to know is that my family is here. I have a little 5-year-old boy. We work. We have our business. We send him to school here in the community. And I'm a neighbor. But more importantly, not only am I a neighbor, but I'm a person that can step in and really make things happen at City Hall in a collaborative method. But also just making sure that things get done. I'm running in the Houston City Council District J race, and I'll be second on the ballot. It's Jim Bigham, and when you see that name on the machine, you should push that button.